The main goal of mobile money systems is to crack the proximity problem, essentially to create a mobile transactional point in the places where the poor live and work. A key feature of mobile payment systems is that they require a critical mass of customers in order to be economically viable. In other words, it's very difficult to scale a mobile payment platform incrementally. Now, why do we say this? First, payment systems work on network effects. The benefit to being on the system is directly proportional to how many other people are already on the system. And so when the customer base remains small, when the network remains small, the benefit to joining that system remains limited. Second issue is, particularly with agent-based models, you have a two-sided market. Customers don't want to join the system unless they can easily access a cash-in, cash-out point, and the person they want to send money to can also access a cash-in, cash-out point. So they won't want to join unless the agent network is already large. But on the flip side, agents won't want to promote the service unless there are lots of customers coming through their stores. So somehow you have to grow the agents and the customer base simultaneously. Third point is trust. From a customer's perspective, mobile payments is a very screwy business. Most of these customers haven't interacted with a financial system, and you're asking them to now go to a local shopkeeper who's connected to a mobile device that's somehow connected to a bank on the back end. It's just very confusing, screwy stuff. So somehow you need to build trust in that new system. And while the customer base is small, few customers can point to friends and neighbors who can vouch for the service. So you have three issues there: network effects, two-sided market, what we call chicken and egg trap, and trust. Now, when a deployment is small, all these things are working against it. Customers don't want to join because there are few others on the network. The customers don't want to join also because there are few outlets, and the outlets don't want to promote the service. But once you hit a critical mass of customers, all these things start tipping in your favor. People want to sign up because, gosh, your friends and relatives want to make payments on it. And the stores will line up outside of your door to join the system rather than the operator having to go out and recruit stores, because the store starts seeing money-making opportunity. And people start pulling in their friends and neighbors saying, yeah, this is a legitimate service. Join. So that will start breaking through the trust barrier. Now, if you look around the world today, there are roughly 73 mobile money deployments as of September 2010. And very, very few of these are scaling at or near the level of M-Pesa in Kenya. And our hypothesis is that most of these are stuck in what we call the subscale trap. They're small, and they're trying to grow the system slowly and incrementally, and all these forces are working against them. They haven't yet reached that critical mass point where the system starts self-propagating, where the system goes viral. So what are the things that a deployment needs to do to reach this critical mass of customers quickly? Well, first issue is you need to provide a service that solves such a big cash pain point for a customer that they say, wow, I need to try this screwy new system today. I'm not going to wait 3 days or 4 days or wait until others have tried it. I'm going to try it today. And our hypothesis is that remote payments may be, in most environments, that wow factor. And why do I say this? First, moving money across distances is a big pain point for customers. They typically have to either use an informal Havala channel or maybe wait in a long line at a post office, usually paying high fees to move money to their wife and kids. Now, you're telling me that I can walk into this shopkeeper and make that transfer instantaneously for cheaper than the Havala network or the post office? Wow, that's the wow factor. That's something I want to try today. The other benefit with remote payments is that you can instantaneously verify that the system is trustworthy. I walk in, I cash in one part of the country, I send money to my wife, I call her, she cashes out on the other end, instantaneously verifying that this is a trustworthy system. You can't do that with savings, for example. I walk in, deposit cash, and I come back every day for the next month, but I never know for certain whether it's a trustworthy system for long-term savings accumulation. So the hypothesis is that remote payments will be that wow factor that allows you that nudges customers to get on the system immediately, try the system, verify that it's trustworthy. And then over the long term, you can start building enough trust that people will trust it enough for savings, for example. Now, the other advantage of payments is that it's viral. It connects a sender and a receiver. So the sender, whom you can market to in an urban environment, for example, if it's a migrant laborer, if he joins the system, then he brings in his wife and kids on the other end. So that is where the system can start becoming viral, whereas savings is typically an individual service. And the last advantage is that you can direct scarce marketing dollars to the early adopter senders, potentially urban households who maybe have more exposure to typical advertising mediums like TV or radio or print. And then they can pull in their more rural customers. So for these reasons, we think payments might be the wow factor. That's only step one, is identifying that service that you want to promote in the early stages. Step two is making the public broadly aware of the service, what we call creating buzz in the service. And for this, you need pretty aggressive marketing in the early stages of deployment, both above-the-line marketing, TV, radio, and the like, and also below-the-line marketing, where you go out and have stage plays, and you go around with road shows to teach people how to use the service. Now, the advantage, again, is that from a customer's perspective, this is all screwy stuff, as I explained before. But the TV and radio advertisements can help break through that screwiness, where they say, listen, I saw that TV advertisement explaining what the service is, and then I can triangulate that with this new shopkeeper who put this banner up offering mobile money. If you can triangulate that, you can start thinking, okay, this is a trustworthy service. It's not a fly-by-night operation. And the advantage of the below-the-line marketing is that you can actually teach customers in a more intimate way how to use the service. Because simply launching a big above-the-line marketing campaign might not give people the tangible tools they need to promote the service.